Okay, hello everyone. This is Mark with the Cutting Die Review, and this review is to show off the brand new 1/16 cutting die. This just came in today in the mail, and I'm going to show you how to cut this paper. This cutting die was created because my customers wanted to make bigger paper origami cones for 3D origami. So I went ahead and designed a bigger version. And today I'm using my Mark III. It's a AccuCuts cutting die rolling machine, and I've had it for a couple of years. These papers come right out of the cutting die. There's no need for any kind of paper ejecting tool right now. And as you can see, here are the papers that I just cut. Now, something interesting about this paper, if you look at a regular size 8.5 by 11 and you decide to fold your own 16th, what's going to happen is, of course, just fold it like you would making regular origami paper, and then of course cut it up into the strips that you need. And there's just something I wanted to show you where I think there's an advantage of using the cutting die in this 16th paper, is that, of course, if you don't mind taking your time and folding your own, I mean, to each its own. Really, I don't mind folding my own paper either. There's just one thing I wanted to point out, is that when I fold the corners down, I don't have that much of a, I call them wings. I don't have that much wings to fold over. And so I'm a little worried about the 1/16 paper, because when I start stacking my cones and building my project, I'm going to have probably what they call a blowout. This paper doesn't fold over enough, and I do believe it's going to lead to a blowout. So let me show you with this paper here. See the big wings? I can fold them over, and I know with confidence I'm going to have a good cone, strong and sturdy. And as you can see, the 1/16 paper is the same size as the cone that we just made. Now, something interesting about this is that from an 8.5 by 11, when you cut the paper into threes, you'll have 3 times to roll across, which is 21 pieces. And when you use your paper, your normal paper, you're going to get 16. So using the cutting die, you can actually get more out of your paper. And so that's a good thing to know. I'll show you one more time my cutting technique here. Some people roll them through twice. Some people roll them through once. This time I can roll it through twice, just to show you that when the cutting dies are brand new, the paper just falls out. However, when you use it a couple of times, I would say maybe about 400 times, it starts to get stuck. So I just brought this back to you. So basically, I cut the paper twice. I do enjoy using the cutting dies. It's so much of a pleasure to have standardized paper. I think if you take your time and have standard paper and you use high quality cuts, your project's going to look more uniform, and therefore you're just going to have so much more enjoyment with your projects. Here I'll be using 1/32. Today we'll just be using this blue paper. And what I do is I line it up to where I see my windows right here. And then I know that it's lined up the way I need it to be. Now let me tell you a little bit about this rolling machine. I've had it for about 5 years, and I converted it by taking some of the top parts off, and I cut up my own cutting board, and I like to use my cutting dies so I can actually see them underneath the roller. Some people call me and ask me about what I'm doing with the rolling machine. I didn't do much to it. I just changed it a little bit to make it for what I needed it to be for myself. So I just ran this through, and you can see that sometimes when you paper strip, sometimes the paper come off. And so instead of twisting the die, I get lots of enjoyment of just, I like to go like this and just paper eject. I just think it's really fun, cool thing. This is a paper ejecting tool, and these are on the Etsy webpage as well. This is called an Omega Star, and it's a version 2. So here you go. Here you have it. Here are the different size papers. 1/128, 164, 132, and now 116. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Until next time, good paper, good folding.